Hey Deckers, there's still a few days left of the Autumn Steam Sale, but by popular request I've put together an awesome list of indie games that are perfect for the Steam Deck and on sale. In no particular order, starting with Blasphemous. Verified for the Steam Deck, trapped in an endless cycle of death and rebirth, it's down to you to free the world from this terrible fate and reach the origin of anguish. Use devastating combos and brutal executions to smite the hordes of grotesque monsters and titanic bosses, all ready to rip you limb from limb. Hollow Knight's up next. Verified status, a classically styled 2D action adventure across a vast interconnected world. Explore twisting caverns, ancient cities and deadly wastes, battle tainted creatures and befriend bizarre bugs to solve ancient mysteries at the kingdom's heart. Next up, Rollerdrome. Playable status, and the year is 2030. In a world where corporations rule and the lines between reality and performance are blurred, the public are kept distracted by the violence and excess of a brutal new blood sport. Do you have what it takes to become Rollerdrome champion? Dave the Diver in with verified status. Explore and unravel the mysteries in the depths of the blue hole by day, and run a successful exotic sushi restaurant by night. It's extremely easy to get hooked on the gameplay loop and try not to get eaten by the sharks whilst avoiding the ones in your restaurant. Next up we have Dead Cells. Verified status, the progressive exploration of an interconnected world with the replayability of a roguelite and the adrenaline pumping threat of permadeath mixes with tough but fair combat. More than 150 weapons and spells with unique gameplay, and of course the emergency panic roll to get you out of trouble. Neon White. Verified status, in this you play an assassin plucked from hell to compete with other demon slayers for a shot at redemption. Collect soul cards to attack your foes or discard them for unique movement abilities. Compete for the best times by cleverly combining cards to discover massive shortcuts. One of the most played games of all time on the Steam Deck, Stardew Valley. Verified status, turn your overgrown field into a lively farm. Raise animals, grow crops, start an orchard, craft useful machines and more. You'll have plenty of space to create the farm of your dreams, and with over 30 unique characters living in the valley, you won't have a problem finding friends. Project Zomboid's up next. Verified status, an open-ended zombie-infested sandbox. It asks one simple question: how will you die? Survivors must loot houses, build defences and use their utmost to delay the inevitable death day by day. Warhammer Vermintide 2 comes in next, officially unsupported, but it does work. Check out our video if you want to play this one. A 4-player co-op action set in the Warhammer Fantasy Battles world. 5 heroes have returned to an even greater threat than before, the combined forces of a ruinous chaos army and the swarming Skaven horde. Shadows of Doubt up next. Playable status, set in an alternate reality in the hyper-industrialized 1980s. Think like a detective and use a variety of gadgets as a private investigator, gathering evidence and making money by solving cases. Play your own way in a fully simulated world with hundreds of citizens. Another super successful indie here with Vampire Survivors, verified status and a regular monthly most played game. A time survival with minimalistic gameplay and roguelike elements. Hell is empty, the devils are here and there's no place to run or hide. All you can do is survive as long as you can until death inevitably puts an end to your struggles. And it even now has local co-op for up to 4 players. The Darkside Detective next with verified status. Grab your trench coat, tune your sixth sense and join the Darkside division as they investigate the outright bizarre, downright dangerous and confusing cases in Twin Lakes. From flesh-hungry tentacles, Mafian zombies and the occasional missing sock, there's no match for the Darkside Detective. Phenomenal fast-paced action up next with Bright Memory Infinite, now with also verified status. A strange phenomenon for which scientists can find no explanation has occurred in the skies around the world. Combining FPS and action genres to deliver a high-octane experience, mix and match available skills and abilities to unleash magnificent combos on your enemies. Short and sweet title, around 3 hours on this one, but well worth it. Not for Broadcast is up next with playable status, where you get to decide what's fit for broadcast on the nightly news. Pick the most exciting or scandalous camera angles, bleep the swears and determine which ads to run to keep the sponsors happy. No pressure, right?
Yeah, a government, good boss, Peter Clement.
Tribes of Midgard's up next with verified status. Travel across procedurally generated worlds to harvest resources, gather loot, craft powerful weapons, level up, and chase chickens in the most colourful Ragnarok you've ever seen. Descending from Valhalla, you start with nothing but a loincloth and a save the world attitude. Stray is up next with verified status, although you're only going to get around 30 to 40 frames per second. Realistically, lost, alone and separated from family, a stray cat must untangle an ancient mystery to escape a long forgotten city. Be stealthy, nimble, silly and sometimes as annoying as possible with the strange inhabitants of this mysterious world. The absolutely beautiful Ori and the Will of the Wisps is up next. Playable status and a must-have if you're getting the OLED Steam Deck. The little spirit Ori is no stranger to peril, but when a fateful flight puts the owlet coup in harm's way, it will take more than bravery to bring a family back together, heal a broken land, and discover Ori's true destiny. The absolute chaotic Warhammer 40,000 Boltgun up next, now officially verified. Play as a battle-hardened Space Marine on a perilous mission across the galaxy, as they battle against the Chaos Space Marines and Demons of Chaos. Unleash your devastating Space Marine arsenal as you blast through an explosion of sprites in a boomer shooter style. Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun up next with verified status. Take control of a team of deadly specialists and sneak in the shadows between dozens of enemies. Choose your approach when infiltrating mighty castles, snowy mountain monasteries, or hidden forest camps in this delightful adventure. Totally accurate battle simulator up next for the fun and silly. Verified status, you get to be the leader of red and blue wobblers from ancient lands, spooky places and fantasy worlds. Watch them fight in simulations made with the wobbliest physics system ever created and laugh at just how badly you can do. Rounding out our list is the fantastic binding of Isaac Rebirth. Verified status and a regular contender in our monthly most played lists. A randomly generated action RPG shooter with heavy roguelike elements. Players will find bizarre treasures that change Isaac's form, giving him superhuman abilities and enabling him to fight off droves of mysterious creatures, discover secrets and fight his way to safety. There are so many great games on sale, there's no doubt I've missed some, but feel free to comment below with what you have picked up and any other recommendations you have for your fellow deckers. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.